Welcome everyone, Rabid here, coming at you live around, I guess it's just before noon, depending where I'm from. Not sure where everyone out there is from, but welcome, nice Saturday, noonish around time. Let's do a quick roll call here. So we got Some Goblin Loser, and whoa, 1 second, right out of the gate here, we do have Benjamin Coleman with the $5 donation, so much appreciated, thank you very much. Now back to our roll call. Some Goblin Loser has to go to work, so congrats to you on having your job and everything. Christopher Palazzo, we got Gabriel Cinco, it looks like some type of ad going on there. Techman TV, what's going on? Crypto Nico, Dream Crypto Mining, Golden Wolf, Crypto Baltus, Raptorium, welcome. We got White Arctic Walker. What do we got? Oh, Fudweiser, there you are. I was wondering where's Fudweiser at, but there he is in green. Crypto Mako, MC, what's happening? Oh, gotta scroll down. We got quite a bit. Chat is blowing up. What's going on, guys? What is happening? Hello, and yeah, welcome everybody. And for all you official Wolfpack members, which is the join function of the channel, it is now official. I changed it yesterday. I went through its review and everything, and you are now officially Wolfpack members of the channel. And I also added an Alpha Wolfpack, which I don't really have much perks for it yet, but it is a higher tier. And I'll be adding something to that. I just don't know what to put there yet. But yes, you are now officially Wolfpack members, no longer loyal Rabid Miners. So great. That is a nice little update there. Here we are looking at little prices on my website here. I want to point something out. iNodes actually made a shirt the other day, and they gave me public rights to actually make it for my website. As you know, I'll just scroll up a little bit. I do have my own little merch store right here on my website. So you can probably see that by now, depending on the delay. But yeah, anyway, that's my merch store. You can find it on my website, rabidmining.com. But it's a hilarious shirt. It actually says, it has a pic, the Raptorium logo on it. And the shirt says, my CPU makes more than your GPU. And it's not lying, but it's pretty funny. It's a funny shirt. So I'm going to be making that up here soon and adding it to my store. It's pretty funny. I laughed and had a nice chuckle out of that when I first did see it. But yeah, anyway, Saturday here is a crazy week. How about that Raptorium? Oh, Fudweiser Alpha membership to the Alpha Pack. So we now have our first Alpha member. And I will be adding more perks to that tier when I figure out what to do. But thanks for becoming an Alpha member. Yeah, so how about all those hash rates here? First thing, if you are tuning in later on or something, please hit that subscribe button. Always hit that thumbs up button. And I want to go into the Aeon community because next Saturday, 1 week from today, is the actual tournament. And I always forget to change my screen. We know this. Everyone that's always seen my streams know that I don't change it. There we go. So here we have the Aeon Crypto Poker Tournament happening next Saturday. They do hold these every 3 or 4 months, and they are a lot of fun. It's free to join, free chips. You got to join the poker lobby and everything. Maybe after the stream, I will post this. Actually, I'm going to post this in my Discord, so make sure you are in the Discord to be able to get all the rights to this document. But yeah, this Saturday, free chips, free to play. Come in there, and there's a lot of bounties here. We got 20,000 Aeon, which works to around like 3,000 USD for becoming first place. We got all sorts of things. I'm going to zoom this up a little bit farther here, so some people are having issues seeing some of my streams. So I'm going to try to make this a little bigger for you guys out there. Hopefully you can see this now. So there you can see, there's our prize winning. We got bounties here, so there are 20 bounties, see below. Now that was taken out a crypto YouTuber, so if you do take out a YouTuber, including myself, Max Voltage, Chumps Change, Pocket, Gundy, Hash Raptor, Red Panda, Serpent X, Doge Lord, of course Yajnik, Cursed Mining, all these other YouTubers that are on this bounty list, they're worth 500 Aeon each, and that works out to be, I can't remember, like 50 or 75 USD or something, pretty close to 100 bucks depending on the price. But yeah, it is a nice prize. So if you knock one of these guys out in a hand, including myself, and I will be live streaming it, as well as be on DCA Adventure next Saturday. So that'll probably be our stream next week, is all this, unless we do our own little stream beforehand. We'll see what happens next week though. But yes, the crypto Aeon Crypto Poker Tournament is live next Saturday. So be sure to sign up, because once the tournament does go live, you will no longer be able to enter. So make sure you get in there today. I'll just get back into here. Boom. So a little shout out there for the tournament. Yashnik will probably be popping up later telling us to do this, but so I'll keep this up just in case. Let's take a look at this Ethereum network hash rate. Look at this. We are up to 729 terahash on the Ethereum network, and it is still going up. And this thing is going to constantly go up, up, and away. Now, I know a lot of setback is coming in. China has been having their release, that big ban, and this is their last one. They shut off all their actual hash rate. So we saw here, this is that dip from before. Now, a lot of these miners, you got to keep in mind, they did move to other places like Houston, up to Canada and Alberta here. So how much hash rate is actually going to drop when come the end of the month? Actually, the due date was the other day, wasn't it? Wasn't it September 30th was like the date? I can't remember. Maybe it's the end of this month. I don't remember the dates. But do you think more hash rate will drop? I think we'll see a little dip, but I don't think we're going to see as much as everybody is anticipating. Now, the main thing is those Chinese-based mining pools like Spark Pool, B Pool, they will be shutting down, but it is really easy. You know, we do it all the time. We swap pools. All they have to do is swap a pool, and the hash rate is still there. Now, which pool will get it? We have no idea. It'll spread around. Who knows what will happen there? But a lot of those Chinese miners are already out of China and mining away. They probably just wanted to support their home pool, but they're still on the network. And depending how many did move away, we're not going to see any hash rate drop whatsoever. But the people that did not move from China, obviously, we will see a hash rate drop based on them. But a lot of people are saying we're going to see a huge reduction in hash rate. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. But hey, we have no idea. We'll just have to wait till time actually does come into play. But a lot of people forgot about this actual transition back here where they actually killed the power, and a whole bunch of other countries already swapped up all those miners that were over there. So keep this in mind when looking forward to this future drop up here, which I can't remember the date. I thought it was actually the other day, but I don't even see a blip here, like 15 terahash maybe. But anyway, yeah, so Ethereum mining blocks. What are our blocks looking like today? 2.1, 2.2, not too bad. Just the average blocks that we're usually seeing. No crazy high miner fees, like, you know, that one error that kind of happened from somebody accidentally, you know, threw down like 3700 ETH miner tip on that exchange. But yeah, none of that happening lately. That was returned though, as we all probably know about. But the big thing on the question, CPUs and mining, is Raptorium. Look at this. Where is it? Raptorium hash rate is going up super high. Where is my actual? Right here. No, not there, not there. Right here. Look at that difficulty. Through the roof. Boom. So people are actually wondering, is it still profitable to mine Raptorium? And quick answer, I'm going to say yes. Now, before we get into this, I do want to kind of go through the chat here to see what I'm missing from all you guys. So, sup? Oh, Metalhead Badgers, thank you for showing up. Dead by Shadow, how do you sign up? What are you talking about? Sign up for what? For the alpha pack and everything? There should be a join function in the bottom right corner of this video, or any of my videos for that matter. It should say join, and you just click that button and you become an actual member, and you get all those fancy emojis and all that other stuff. No pump today. RTM actually down from last night, 0.62 difficulty, around 20 mega hash. But remember, last week, 2 weeks ago, I do notice that because we do have our own Raptorium mining pool. Some of you have been coming and we're going pretty strong on it. Here is our pool right here. It is in 5th place currently. Am I on the right page? Yeah, I'm on the right page here. So it is in 5th place, sitting right here. We're at 618 kilohash, just under the big mega hash boys here. But I'm going to go through my yesterday's profits on my rigs here, and I'm going to show you the profitability that we got on our own personal pool. Nice smaller pool. But a lot of people are complaining, you know, pools aren't profitable, we're losing money and all this other stuff. But they're not realizing that hash rate, when I was getting over 9,000 RTM per day last week and the week before, that was only at a 5 to 6 mega hash total hash rate on the network. Now we're pushing over 20. So like there's like a 5 times increase of hash rate that has slammed into Raptorium, ultimately raising that difficulty, which is what we're going to see in GPUs after ETH goes to proof of stake across all the other algorithms like Ravencoin, Ergo, everything else. But right now we're just looking at Raptorium. A lot of people are swapping over from other coins as well as building a bunch of CPU mining rigs. I'm going to look at my profits here and kind of show you what I had going on. So here is my wallet. Go into the transactions. And I added up everything from yesterday, which is everything here, 01. So these transactions in here, do you guys see that? Move it up a little bit. So all these transactions here in one, I added them all up, and this is all using the pool that my mod actually made for us in the community. So I added it all up, and it worked out to 3,700 RTM. And I divided that because yesterday I did start testing 3950X on the network because it just came in on my parts. I put that in around noon, but I did the individual rig calculation with that involved in it. So I divided everything by 8, and that works out to 462.62 RTM per rig per day based on everything off yesterday. Now CoinGecko, it kind of inflates the price a little bit, so I went to use the actual exchange here, and I'm gonna hit the old refresh button here and see where we're at, just so we can get a calculation of the refresh here. And then I'm gonna times these up right now, so it is live on the prices based on right now. So here we go, I got my numbers here. So I'm gonna go with 37. I'm using my calculator on my phone, guys. So 37.99 RTM was my total. I'm gonna times that by our number you see right up here. So I'm gonna actually zoom this in so you guys can see the price that I am using. Whoop, make sure you guys can see all this. All right, can you guys see that number right there? So I'm using just under 1 cent is what the exchange. Now this is the exchange that has USDT pair on it, so you can swap your RTM through this exchange straight into your actual USDT if you were to sell today. Keep in mind, depends on the volume and stuff. So here I am, 3700.99 RTM I made yesterday in all 8 rigs. So I'm timesing that by 0.00982, and that equals a total of $36.34. So I'm just going to write that down so I don't forget it. $36.34. Now I'm going to divide that by 8 to see how much each rig is making. That is $4.54 per rig based on my 8 rigs. So that's $4.54. Now that's still actually not too bad considering the difficulty went times 5. Now I'm going to minus this. Let's take a look and see what GPUs are mining right now. I'm going to open up what to mine. We're going to slam on to 837. Now this is 8 RTX 3070 rigs. So for comparison, because I went 8, we're at $28 after power, $30 before power. So my 8 CPU mining rigs are at, what did I say? $36.34. So we are $6 before power, more profitable than 8 3070s based on 8 CPUs. So we are still more profitable than GPUs. Now I wonder, how much would 8 3080s be making? It's going to be more, but I just want to get an idea here of how we are in 3080s, because 3080s cost quite a bit more. So we're making $48 before power. So actually not too much more. About, what is that, $10? Did I say 36 or 38? 36. So about $12 more 38s are making, but 3070s price to price comparison to a CPU, CPUs are winning. So it's pretty insane, even with this hash rate influx and using our own little pool, we are making more than the same price to price comparison on GPUs still with this inflation of price. So it's pretty crazy. $4.54 per rig, $36 for all 8 of my rigs per day. So that's pretty insane. We are definitely still profitable when it comes to mining Raptorium. Again, I am not selling. Obviously, I'm not selling. It's a long-term hold. You seen the other day, I put all that into a smart node. So that is also making around 4,000 RTM per week based on just staking it there on coins I have previous mined. So quite interesting on what's actually going down and profitabilities and everything. So we are still on top of GPUs, which is why I said that shirt is still true when it comes to my CPU is making more than your GPU. Oh, insane. So what do we got here? Enough talk about RTM, network hash rate, difficulty are high enough. Yes, but I'd like to get more people on our pool. Obviously, our support is me and my mod. He's put a lot of work into this pool from the little hiccups at the start, and he's trying to make it better for everyone moving forward into the future. Everything does seem to be running pretty smooth right now. And another thing that I do, why I do like our pool, I'm not trying to just, promote our pool here, but my hash rate is actually higher than what I was seeing on, like, say, our plant and whatnot. Our plant, I was averaging on my test there, what was it, 3.48, 3.68. And actually here, let me just get into, I gotta adjust my screen. Which screen am I on? That screen, that screen. I need the big screen. There we go. So yeah, so based here, I'm almost at 3 kilohash across the board on my 3900 axis. So here's rig 7, that's 3.3, 2.92, 2.86. So you can see all my rigs here are almost at 3, 2.89, 2.75. Obviously it fluctuates, but I was not getting anything over 2.64 or something like that on our plant. So I think it's quite interesting how people have been talking about our plant, and I don't know what they're doing, but I have been noticing higher hash rates when we were using our own personal pool here. And I know my mod wasn't going to do any type of ripping us off because he's my mod. And yeah, I have higher hash rates and everything, and it seems very profitable mining to this pool, even though that's why I wanted to point out the difficulty, because some people were complaining they're not seeing they're not seeing the profits that they were seeing last week or the week before. So you got to keep an eye on that hash rate. That hash rate is climbing like crazy, so keep an eye on that, be careful about it and all that. Rabid still mining that pool, of course. Yeah, I'm definitely mining our pool. That is our pool, and I'm not just gonna ditch out on it. And based on those numbers, it is extremely profitable. So yeah, I am definitely staying our pool, and I encourage you guys to try out our pool if you do plan on CPU mining, because it's great. I just gave you the numbers straight out of what I'm getting, so I'm not lying to you whatsoever. You can pause the stream later and look at my wallet and add it up for yourself and see that you'll get the same numbers I just showed you for yesterday. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to let it mine for a little while. I do have a couple other rigs ordered up. Hopefully they show up soon. So right now I'm sitting at a total of 6 3900Xs, one 5950X, and one 3950X, which is currently in testing phases for power consumption and whatnot, because it's the first time I do have that CPU. But yeah, I do plan. I only buy used. Remember, I'm not telling anyone to go out buy a whole whack load of CPUs, GPUs, or anything. Do not pay crazy prices. When it comes to CPUs right now, search the used market. Everything is on discount. Like, I got that 3950X for $600 Canadian. Its MSRP value is $1,000, so a little over $1,000. I found it used. I picked it up. I am not paying any. If you're paying MSRP, that's a scalper price at the current market when it comes to CPUs. Now, next year, the year after, you know, who knows? CPUs might be worth $2,000 by then, because people are starting to CPU mine, and there'll become a shortage on that. So pretty insane what's going on there. But anyway, Rabid Mine Pod Mods Pool. That's kind of a tongue twister. Got me all mixed up. Can I join the pool? But I'm in the UK. It is only in US. You can attempt it and see what your ping and stuff's like. Some people are having issues if your internet's not up to par, kind of like stratum errors. And if you do find an error, make sure you have absolutely no spaces in your worker name or like underscores or anything. Make sure it's one solid numbers and letters only type of worker name, or you could get errors. You're using our pool. Yeah, a lot of people are using our pool, so feel free, everyone, use whatever pool you want. But I'm just saying, this is the pool I'm on. I'm one of the support people. Obviously my mod is the main support guy, because he's the one operating it and knows all the deep dive stuff. But we are very active in there, talking to everybody, and I just gave you the numbers based on that pool, so you know that I'm not lying to you. All right, so do you think our plant was ripping people off? Tenacious D, yeah, I don't ever like to say that, so I cannot confirm or deny those allegations. A lot of people have been saying it, but I don't know. I honestly don't know, because it's a large pool, a lot of hash rate there, and they're hammering out blocks like crazy. But again, like smaller pools to larger pools, a smaller pool, you get less blocks, but you get bigger payments per block, because there's less miners on the pool. Now, if you can find a nice middle, I think around 1.5 mega hash would be the perfect pool size to become the most profitable. And we're kind of working our way up to that. And I'm really hoping to hit around that type of hash rate and hang out around there, because I think that would be the perfect one. That way we're hitting consistent blocks all the time and getting a little bigger payout than the larger pools are giving everyone. And then, you know, it works out long term. But in the end, like over a month and stuff, little pool to small pool, it all works out to pretty much be the same. I watch Rabid Mining because he's good peeps. I got CPU down. Thanks a lot, D-Miner. What's going on? What do we got here for views and likes anyway? We got 57 viewers and 31 likes. What is going on, guys? Like, come on, smash that like button. Let's see what's going on. Let's get some more YouTube algorithm rolling. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about here? We can go through anything you want. Oh yeah, I did go to Best Buy the other day in Red Deer. So it was nice and close. Finally, for once, I got there at midnight, and I did end up picking up two 3060 Ti. So that brings me up to a maximum hash rate now. I can just swap on the flex pool. Obviously, I have one worker down because I am live streaming. That is my workstation. So I have everything in my workstation shut down, which is a 5950X. Oh, there goes some RTM hash rate right there, as well as my 3080 is also on down. So I'm at 642 now. It does about 100 mega hash. So I am down. I am up to 700 and I'd say 740 mega hash actually. When I do have my PC actually running. So I'm still 250 mega hash short of the old gigahash club, and I don't know if I'm actually going to make it by the time ETH moves to proof of stake, because I'm not in the huge market for GPUs. I only buy MSRP. That's why it's slow going. So I stand in the Best Buy drops. I stand in doing this. I'm not paying scalpers anything. It is a waste of money to pay scalpers. You could argue the fact that, you know, get it, start mining it now, and then, you know, you'll pay off your rig faster and everything, whatever else. But I just can't bring myself to paying scalpers. And long term, if everybody really thinks about it, the cause and difficulty, and reduce the all of it besides, you know, 1559 and everything, but the reduced amount of income coming in off Ethereum is all our fault. It's my fault, it's your fault, it's every other miner's fault out there, and that is due to the issue of greed. I know you're thinking, what am I talking about? What I mean by that is, think about it. 380 mega hash last year at half the difficulty was making 1.2 Ethereum per month. Now, because everyone's trying to grab every GPU they can and everyone's going out there, difficulty shoots through the roof. 1 gigahash, you can barely mine half an Ethereum per month. Sure, it's still profitable because the price is so high. And also that RTM thing I just showed you, that's based on Ethereum's at a decent price right now, and we're still higher than 3070. That's pretty insane. But anyway, because we're so greedy and we all want more hash rate, we are the problem with raising this difficulty up. So everyone trying to get more hash rate is actually, we're all hurting ourselves. So I just thought I'd point that out. I know no one really cares about that, but technically it is true. I just thought about that this morning. I was like, you know, we're the main problem of the whole difficulty on the network. But it's just the way it works. We want more hash rate, we want more GPUs, we want to mine more Ethereum. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that perspective kind of in the right wig and see what you guys kind of think about that. There's a lot of truth to that, I think. But all right, so hey Rabid, is it okay to CPU mine with Ryzen's 3900X on a mini ATX motherboard? If it supports the processor, I don't see why not. We're not overclocking or nothing. Like when I do on my tests, you saw like Ryzen hash or Raptorium hash rates, or RAM versus Ryzen, those other videos back there, we found that overclocking your CPU is totally inefficient. Yes, you're getting those nice max hash rates that you see in Google, but you are burning way too much power. So underclocking and undervolting your CPU, you don't lose that much hash rate, but you lose a lot of power consumption. Like I'm talking like 100 XMR, for example, 109 watts at 13,800 hashes, or like 240 watts at 15,300 hashes. You 1300 hashes to 2400 hashes for like almost double the power, over double the power. Yeah, I don't think so. Underclocking, your CPU will run longer, it'll run cooler, longer lifespan. I just recommend underclocking, undervolting. Don't go for the hash rate. The same thing applies to GPUs. Don't go for maximizing your hash rate. Run for more efficient numbers. You'll spend less money paying for power at the wall, and you'll make your GPUs, your CPUs, and everything last that much longer, and they don't run as hot. So that's just the way I run everything. I'm always efficiency and hash to watt over pure horsepower mega hash. So that's just me, and that's what I try to bring forward to everybody out there in my videos. But a lot of people, they just want straight numbers because everyone's in a different boat. A lot of people have deeper pockets than other people. Other people have, you know, cheaper power, free power, 2-cent power, whatever. So everyone's kind of in their own boat, but when it comes down to it, efficiency long term is just the better way to roll in my perspective. Okay, me too. Heat is a problem over time. Yes, for sure. You don't want to be, you know, just wearing out fans and all sorts of stuff. And keep in mind, a lot of people are having issues with overclocking. That fan thing popped in my head. When you set a power limit on your GPUs and you increase your fan speed, well, that fan speed ultimately takes out of that power limit that you have set. So that will reduce your hash rate as well. So running little slower fans, depending on your ambient temp, could boost your hash rate a little bit too for the same amount of power, because fans do come out of that power limit. A lot of people don't really know that. So I just wanted to point that out to some of you guys. Okay, what do I got here? There's something else I want to show. Oh yes, there's some people in Discord. I want to run through this. I'm not sure if they're in the chat or not, but this is, I just want to minus it so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, can you guys see all this? So this is my HiveOS dashboard right here. And some people are having issues SSHing in to their rig, or they don't really know what SSH means. Here you can see right now, actually, this is the 3950X running right here. You can see it's doing 13,028 kilohash and 10 here. I have noticed between the 3950X, I just noticed this morning as well, over the 3900X, the 39s, they actually get more hash per thread. Like you can see 180, 430, 435 and whatever. Then you come down to our 3950X. Here we have 173, 174, 175, 174. So the 39s are kind of, you know, all over, but they're higher than the 3950s. But the 3950Xs have more threads and cores, so that puts the hash rate higher. You see more performance out of this CPU on the higher end of the Raptorium algorithm when it boosts up, but when it's actually lower, like right now it just boosts down, so it's not quite of a gap. But when you see those other ones, then these ones really take off. When I watch mining pools as well, we're neck and neck sometimes with Zergpool on our Raptorium mining pool. You can tell that we have a lot more Ryzen CPUs than they have, because when it hits this low hash rate, they kind of pull ahead of us by, like, I don't know, 50 to 60 kilohash total. But when Raptorium actually moves over into the higher hash rate here, that's when these Ryzen processors really kick in, and they just boom through the roof on hash rate, that we actually pass them by like 200 or 300 kilohashes. So you can tell on our pool, we got a lot of Ryzen CPUs on our pool compared to like Zergpool and stuff. So it's kind of funny to watch that and see when the algorithms change, kind of boost in. Here we just saw another change here, but I kind of got sidetracked here. I'm going to show you guys how to SSH into your rig. That is this little symbol right here. Oh, I got to bring this down. You can't really see it. All right, so this little symbol right here, this is your remote access. You just click on that. Here you can see shell in a box. This is all I use. And then you'll get your username and password on the side. Your default username and password, it's still default on this rig. All it is user and password is #1. There we go. We are SSH'd into our rig. Now, if you want to see it mining, all you got to do is type in miner. There you go. If you are running like a mixed setup here, which I'll show you on my, where are we at? I'll show you here on my actual Ethereum rigs. So here's my ETH rigs. It's all messed up orders. We're going to go to the shell in the box again right here. I'm going to go user and 1. Okay. Now in order to run, if you're running multiple miners or a custom miner, your CPU mining as well as running NVIDIA and AMD cards, you run MOTD. Oh, I got to click here. It's not doing it. Okay. So MOTD space and then watch. Now you can cycle between the different ones. As you know, I'm using T-Rex miner and Team Red miner based on NVIDIA or AMD cards. So here I am in Team Red miner for the AMD cards. If I push #2, now I can see all my T-Rex rigs right there. So it can swap between them if you use that command. Now if I was CPU mining as well, #3 would be my CPU rig. So that's how you can monitor multi-setup rigs through your HiveOS dashboard. So some people were having issues in Discord. I said I'd run through that right quick. I'm not sure if they're here or not, but I run through that in the live stream just so some people could see that, because they were unsure how to SSH into their rig. So I hope that helps out anybody that was curious about it anyway. Yeah, this is my quick little simple HiveOS ordeal here. I also have that, oh, wrong one. Here you can see this is that ASIC running in Hivon firmware as well, which we're currently getting paid out an ADA in. So this is that. What do we got for running for temperatures? I haven't checked on it for a few days. Where are my temperatures? Oh, here we are, right in front of my face. So we're only running like 43 degrees, 49. So pretty good temperatures happening on this thing. This thing's running nice and smooth. I've had 0 issues since I got that new control board and finally got it rolling. So yeah, good stuff, guys. Let's jump back into the old Rabid Mining website here. Boom. All right, there we go. Let's run through the chat, see what all I missed. Oh, Doge Lord, what's going on? I didn't even notice you showed up. Welcome. I'm gonna scroll up here. I don't know where we're all at in the chat. Hey, putting 2 up today. Rabid Miners putting 2 up on our pool. Welcome, glad to have you. You know what? And we have our own. I may as well show you guys, seeing how I'm here. Our own little Discord for the server if you are looking for it. So I'm just going to scroll down. Oh, scroll over so you guys can see. So right here, RTM pool. This is the actual Discord server channel for the pool. So you guys can see everything right here. This is all of us. If you have questions, you can't log in, or you're having, connection errors, anything, any type of pool issues, just go to this RTM pool channel in my Discord, and we will try to fix everything we can for you. So that is our kind of Discord link is in the description as well. So be sure to join it if you are joining the pool. It'll just help out everyone and make all the troubleshooting much easier. So I use it for 5950X2. Nice. Steve Mint. Do we have any ads here? There's Chad. Oh, Chad. I believe we have lots of pool hoppers on RTM. Lots. That is the thing about this pool too. I should mention pool hoppers. Majority of the pools out there. Let's take a look at them. Where are they? Ghost Rider algorithms. Let's jump in here. Now I gotta switch it around again. So yeah. So here you can see all the pools. Now look at, see how the majority of the pools, they're all prop. There's one PPLNS here, and then prop. Majority of all these pools are prop payout methods. And what that means is that is 100% suitable for pool hoppers. That means if you're sitting there, you're mining for 3 days and you're hitting hardly any blocks on the pool, and then a large mining farm comes in and they throw in a massive amount of shares and then they take off, they're going to steal all your profits. That is prop payout is actually when you're paid per share per round. So after a block is found, the next round starts, and they start mining away, and so on per thing. So massive farms can steal all your shares away. But our pool, which we're actually using here, is PPLNT, and that is paid per timeshare. So that's like kind of how Flex Pool and everyone just kind of, it's almost like PPLNS as well, where your hash rate is calculated over time. So the longer you stay on the pool, you'll be evened out with those shares. So if some big pool hopper comes in just before we hit a block, he's hardly going to get anything of it because he's hardly been on the pool. So this is a payout scheme that encourage you to stay on the pool longer instead of hopping pools all the time. So if you get on there right away, the first day or the first 8 hours, you're noticing you're not getting very much. That's because you got to get your shares to build up so that it knows that you're loyal to the pool. And then, after a day or two, then you'll start getting your proper payouts based on time on the pool. That way, you're not profit switching. Just like you do, you run to one of these, boom, hit a couple blocks, run away, hit a couple blocks, run away, and it discourages pool hoppers. So pool hopping is a really issue when it comes to some pools, depending on the coin. But yeah, our pool is not a pool hopping pool. If any pool hoppers jump in there and just take off, then they pretty much won't get anything. So I just wanted to point that out because that was just brought up in the chat there about pool hoppers being bad. Watch Rabid Mining's video. He shows you how. He shows how to connect. Yeah, I do have a connection video on there if someone does need to know. He's good peeps. Okay, Rabid is 3032, the right port for around 15 kilohash. You set the sorry, I'm kind of you set the port based on the rig, not your total hash rate, because each rig is doing its individual shares. I just gotta make sure my screens are correct here. I always forget. Okay, so each rig depends on its individual share. So I'd most likely run 3008 as the port. That's what I'm running. So unless you're averaging 4 kilohash, which is like your newer type of thread rippers, even the 5950X, I think values a 300X port, which is low difficulty, over the medium, because the way it scales, you need a really high processor. So, and you send it per rig, so you're going to want to set it per rig, not on your total hash rate. So I would recommend 3008 on each rig, unless one of those rigs are like a newer thread ripper that's probably ripping 4 or 5 kilohash on its own. Then I would set the 3032 port to its own, to that one specific rig, if that kind of answers your question there. Who was that? Steve Mint. Did that answer your question? Let me know. Thanks for the RTM info. No problem. Remember, that hash rate is going up through the roof, so keep an eye on that, and don't start complaining. Yo, my rewards are lower. Make sure you look at that hash rate. Right now we're a little over 20 mega hash, 21 mega hash. Next week we could be at 40 mega hash. That means your rewards are going to be dropping quite a bit again. So before you start complaining, look at how much hash rate is actually on the network. I got a 3070 Founders Edition at Best Buy in Washington. There was at 1:30 in the morning. Nice, Robert. Sweet. Yeah, 3070 in my honest opinion is probably the best all-rounded 3000 series card. The 3080 I was gonna go for because obviously it's hard to get GPUs, so that has the most amount of hash rate, so I just wanted to get that to get it. But 3060 Ti is ultimately the most efficient. 3070 does the best across all the coins, so it's probably the best GPU to get, but we can't really be picky at this point in time, so we're just really getting what we really can. Dozlord, when Rabid Mining swag at Rabid Mining. At Rabid Mining, are you able to make a live poll? What hash rate all in here has? I can make a poll. What kind of poll do you want? What do you want the poll for? Raptorium, for Ethereum? What kind of hash rate poll are you looking for? Omar Khan, what's standing since 1 p.m.? Got a 3090. 3090, damn, that's some deep pockets there. That's expensive. I have no 3090s. They're way over my price range. I didn't know until I got home the 3080 Ti US LHR. Oh no, Midwest Miner. All right, let's just kind of go through this right quick. The LHR cards. So the only non-LHR cards that you can still buy brand new right now are the 3060 Ti Founders Edition, 3070 Founders Edition, and 3080 Founders Edition, as well as all 3090s are non-LHR. Now there was a couple posts about them finding out a lot of miners are buying 3090s. They were thinking about adding LHR onto them, but I have not seen any confirmation on that. But those are the only 4 cards that you can get that are non-LHR. Now everything, the 3060s, the 3070 Ti's, 3080 Ti's, they are all LHR. There's no doesn't matter what version they are. Everything is LHR. Just the original 3 cards that were first dropped out of the 3000 line will be non-LHR, and only the Founders Edition of them. All the AIBs will be LHR of those cards. So keep that in mind when looking for cards, or when you see a listing of someone saying, hey, this is a non-LHR card. They're lying, unless they bought the original like ASICs or stuff in the first few months before LHR came into play. There's a chance, but most likely not happening. I didn't know. Okay, there we go. No, it's due to the dev's fault as well as burning gas fees. Yes, that is a very big thing on it as well. I'm getting to you soon. I want to put merch and donate to Savage Line. Oh, that's all for Dogelord Day. Yeah, what's up, T-Miner? Crypto Mine, ask RPM to shut down his mining so we can get some more. Yeah, Panda's probably he's probably 40% of the hash rate right there. He's about the same amount of hash rate as the ASICs online or something. Home miners aren't the problem. Yeah, I know home miners aren't the problem. It was just a nice little spectacle, going up. But obviously, that's not the issue. I was out all night at the Calgary location at Best Buy. What a grind. What kind of cards were offered? We only got TIs at our location. Really? There were only the 3060 Ti? Was that one there? Man, that's horrible. Calgary, I know. Oh, that's another thing. Leads for another thing. The next couple Best Buy drops are going to be less stock than what they currently are now. Keep that in mind as well. And what do I mean by that? Well, the drop that we just had, even in the US, that happened yesterday, and Canada would happen earlier on the week, those are all based on the summer line. So like July, August, that's when they were all produced. And we know we've been seeing the rumors, September drop, or September is supposed to be reducing, not as good. There's a lot of stuff happening in Malaysia, where other places where they make those capacitors, and they're on like 50 to 75% reduction in production because of COVID lockdowns. So the next few GPUs is when we're going to see those issues. So next month, the month after, possibly the next 3 or 4 months, we're going to see less GPUs at these drops. So that means you guys better get there even earlier if you plan on getting a card. A lot of people might not know that, but it's happening. That GPU shortage is getting worse before it gets better. There's YouTube guys out there, a lot of gamer guys, they see, oh, GPU shortage is coming to an end, no problem, let's go. It's actually getting worse. We're going to be at least another 2 or 3 months of the worst we've ever seen yet coming up. Thanks for all your tutorials, Rabid. It's certainly helpful. Thank you very much. Fundamental, D-Miner soon, Dogelord, D-Miners, Midwest, Jonathan, TI cards are LHR, except for the 3060 Ti, Founders Edition, obviously. And they're making a whole bunch of new versions. The 3060 is supposed to get in like dies out of the 3070 and 3060 Ti's. And there's super versions coming, and then there's like a 4th version of the 3060 coming. Oh my gosh, there's so many more GPUs that they're trying to make, which doesn't make any sense seeing how they can hardly make what they already have. Yeah, anyway, that's some video for you. What about precision boost override? I would not use precision boost override because it burns more power. I would recommend running your own clocks, running your own core, all core overclocks on base string things, using all that built-in precision boost and eco and all that stuff. Actually, eco might be all right. I gotta test that one. Eco might be okay. I hear some people are mining with their eco settings, but I have not tried it myself. But precision boost, it tends to boost too much, and it's just not worth the power and stuff that it uses. Do you know anywhere where I can buy a 2400 watt server power supply? Yeah, Parallelminer is out of stock. Who knows when or if they will even get any back in. Midwest Miner, I mean Scalp. I mean that out on Scalp, eh? I can get 3K for it. I don't want to be that guy, but it's a way to get my money back on it. My ROI would be better over the years, so win-win. Hey, when you're standing in those Best Buy lines, I hear people talking about scalping cards constantly. Like, they're there to make money off scalping cards. That's all they're there for. It's crazy. I think Calgary is one of the worst ones for it because all the Alberta-based listings, 90% of them are all from Calgary, so it's pretty insane. Sorry I'm late, Christopher Palazzo. No problem. You're here now. It's all that matters. Greetings from Chile. Oh, Hugo, you're from Chile. Insane. Thank you guys for showing up here. 53 viewers, 43 likes. Smash that like button, guys. Do we have any questions? Anybody have anything you'd like to talk about? Oh, everyone was just asking me in Calgary's line about what they should list their cards for. I know, that's insane. That's all it is. People are like, Calgary is like Alberta scalper haven, like for sure, 100%. What was I gonna look at? There's something else I wanted to check out, but I forgot what it was. Let's see if Raptorium went up at all. Is it dear? Oh, you just want to watch? Oh, so you just want to watch the stream? Okay. What we at? We up in price? Oh, we're going up a little bit, guys. We are going up a little bit. Look at that. 0.996. We're almost at 1 cent on the official DEX Trade Exchange, which is what you can use to actually convert into USDT if you do want to sell RTM. I don't recommend selling, but you guys do what you got to do. Some people do have to sell, pay their power or whatever it takes. Mine is kind of putting it at 1 cent, but yeah, CPU mining is definitely looking good for us. They had 2 families at the front line with about 20 kids under 5. They all got cards. All the kids got 5, like the 5-year-olds too. That'd be hilarious. Do you have CPU RTM hash rate list? There is one in my Discord. I can look for it somewhere. There's also actually a little calculator here. Let me find it. What is it? Here it is. Mine Raptorium. You guys can kind of base stuff off this. I'm going to put this in the chat. Make sure you right click it. Make sure you right click it. This is kind of a calculator. Let's just run through it right quick and see what things are looking like. Put it there. Put it there. Whoa. All right, so here is a beta version of one. So let's just take a look at the... Actually, let's just put in what... I'm going to put everything in that I have, and I'm going to base that off my numbers from yesterday and see how accurate it is. That's a good test. So here we got 6 of those bad boys. One of those, 6, 7, 8. So that's it. And hash rate based on the numbers looks like 4498. So I didn't quite get that. I got 3,700. Estimated return is 50 based on that exchange rate, which is a little bit higher. That's based on CoinGecko, I believe. So it's a little bit off than what I actually got the other day, but hey, it is still in beta version. We don't know what the truth is. But look at the intels. Intels are horrible, guys. Just, I'm warning you now. This is the best one right here, I think, according to this chart. And it has 2616 hash rate. Now let's just try it. Let's try an Intel i9 99K. It is saying you will get 1 kilohash, so 1097 hash rate. How about the 9700? It is saying 840 hashes. Like Intel, sorry Intel. You gotta do something better here. Yeah, then we get to these. Look at this. Like, where's the 3900X? Look at that, 3453 hash rate. This thing is doing way better than these server grade things. Look at that, 2616 is their best. E5, look at this E5 Xeon, 1522. Like, it's insane. AMD definitely, they got the cache. Intel doesn't have enough cache in their CPUs to be very good at mining, so keep that out when buying CPUs. AMD so far top notch when it comes to mining. And one day, hopefully AMD will see all this and, you know, they'll send me, I want a Threadripper. I really want to try out a Threadripper, but they cost so much money. I wish I could get my hands on a Threadripper though. So AMD, if you ever see this, send me a Threadripper, please. Everyone email AMD and tell them to send me a Threadripper. Oh, that'd be insane. EIP 3 is supposed to go first to altcoins. I don't know if Monero is done or not. Which one is 3554? I'm not even sure what that is. I gotta look into that later. Which one is EIP 3554? Anyone want to at me and tell me which EIP that is so I know what it's talking about? I don't really know the EIP numbers. I haven't been following Ethereum too much lately. Sorry about that. Oh, my 5900X run like crap on my Windows machine. Thomas, are you tuning it? Make sure you do tune it. The GR miner, which is on the Raptorium website, has a tuner in it. Make sure you put the ... or the line force tune command, and then it will tune your CPU so that you actually maximize your hash rate. You may not be tuned. Do you know how to set max temperature in Windows for Raptorium miner? I saw the H was there and max temp function. I don't know what kind of temperatures do you want to run, because I don't really see any temperature issues when it comes to Raptorium actually. Well, this is an AIO. It's idling and mining or streaming and doing whatever I'm doing right now on my workstation, which is nothing at 62 degrees. But the stock cooler while mining, I'm only seeing like, let's look at it right now. Here's the 3950X. I'm using the Wrath Prism cooler on this thing, and it's mining away. And we are seeing 48 degrees. So I'm only running at 48 degrees here on the stock Wrath Prism cooler on a 3950X. It doesn't come with a cooler, but I did have extras from my 3900X rigs. So yeah, I threw it on this thing, and I have no issues mining with a stock cooler. So I don't know what kind of temperatures you run to. I've seen this hit maybe 58 Celsius. So I guess depending on your ambient temperature, you could be having issues if you live in like the desert. But again, I don't know. I'm not sure where you are, what your ambient temp is either, but you shouldn't have any issues or have to set any type of maximum temperature. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Chancoin there. I'm guessing the difficulty bomb, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. So I'm telling you right now, pretty much 100%, if you're worried about the difficulty bomb hitting Ethereum, it's not going to happen. Not happening. The difficulties bomb has been there for years, and every time they get close to it, they just extend it again. It's happened 2 or 3 times this year already. So just because a lot of people are talking about, oh, the difficulty bomb in December, the difficulty bomb in December, ignore it. It's not going to happen. They're going to Shanghai or whatever their next big update is happening, what, next month or 2 months from now, they're going to be extending it because they already know. Originally, there in the next update was supposed to be their merge, a transition from proof of work to proof of stake. We all know they extended that now to sometime early next year. So the difficulty bomb is still set for December, but come their actual their next big upgrade, which Shanghai, I think it is, in November, whatever, they will be extending that difficulty bomb again until their next update. They just keep extending it every 4 or 5 months until their next update comes out because they don't know what they're doing yet. But the difficulty bomb is not going to be an issue. So that if that's the EIP for the difficulty bomb, just throw it out the window. Don't even think about it. It's not happening. So forget about it. Anyway, I have the 5600X cooler on my 1600. Keeps thermal crashing. Oh, 5600X cooler. I am not sure. Do they have a different cooler? I thought they just threw the Wrath Prism. Oh wait, that's an old, no, 5600X. Which cooler is that? Because I thought they just threw the Wrath Prism cooler in like all their basic consumer grade CPUs. Maybe that is a different cooler. Something's going on over there. I nice hashed it for 4 years. It might have a bad cores, maybe CPU affinity. Oh, it was on nice hash. So you were mining XMR. Nice hash, I believe, only when it comes to CPUs. Same with unmineable. All those main ones, they only mine the main coin when it comes for CPUs, and that is XMR. So that does use a lot more power, and it's a lot warmer and demanding on your CPU. So possibly issues there. Yeah, the heatsink is like 1.5 inches maybe. Yeah, I think mine. Yeah, I think these Wrath ones are about 2.5 or something. So that might be a little different cooler there. Love the channel. Seeing your CPU mining videos is what gave me the idea for my first rig. Only have a couple GPUs, so I built a rig to dual mine with CPU and GPU. Yeah, for sure. If you got it, do it. Now, some people are actually asking me here, I'm going to go back into my HiveOS. They're wondering, why don't I just throw GPUs and mine with all my CPUs? I'm going to kind of run through some stuff here with you guys. Can you guys see this right there? All right, so as we know, HiveOS fees are if you have a GPU mining rig. So a GPU mining rig is pretty much any rig with one GPU or more that is mining. So if that GPU is mining, it's considered a GPU mining rig. So that's, they're going to charge you $3 right there. Boom. A GPU mining rig is $3 per month. So here you can see this one's worth $3. This one's worth $3. That's $6 right there. But each one of these CPU mining rigs, they're only 30 cents per month. So if I threw a GPU on each one of these, every single one would become $3 per month. Not doing that. Now, if I got a whole bunch of GPUs, like, and these motherboards, like, they only hold 6 because they're not made for mostly mining. So if I made a whole bunch of 6, split these up to 6 card rigs, I'd still be paying more overall to HiveOS instead of trying to make a whole bunch of big rigs just for GPU mining and throwing strictly my CPUs by themselves on here for only 30 cents. It's just makes more sense to build as big as rig as possible. Yes, you could run into more potential issues if you don't have it hooked up right or anything else, depending on heat and everything on that. But I would suggest making 8 to 19 GPU mining rigs for only $3 per month instead of slapping them across 6 card rigs or something on all my CPU rigs. So that is why I am doing this. Some people were curious in some of the comments of previous videos. Again, I don't even know if they're in this live stream, but I just wanted to point that out while I was here and that just popped in my head. Where do you go to the bathroom if you wait out in front of Best Buy all night? Hey, that's hilarious. I got to Best Buy at 12, and Canadian Best Buys are a lot different than what I've been hearing about in the United States. In the United States, it sounds like it's just cutthroat. Everyone's here, there, stealing, swapping. Here's how Canadian Best Buys work. At least I've been to the one in Edmonton, and I've been in the one in Red Deer, and it worked exactly the same way for both of them. So I'm first in line. I'm sitting there, I'm hanging out. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, or I want to go warm up my truck or something. The next guy in line, I'll watch a chair. I'll do this. Or groups of us, everyone goes to their vehicles and everyone watches everyone's seats. Nobody cares. We're there. We see who's in line and we stay in our place. We don't cause issues. We don't try and butt in line. We have no issues going to our vehicles, warming up, going to the bathroom somewhere, going wherever. And so that is the difference between Canadian Best Buy lineups, at least in Alberta, or Edmonton, and I don't know, Calgary might be cutthroat because they're full of scalpers and they just want to make a ton of money. But anyway, in Red Deer and Edmonton, that's how it was. People would watch each other's seats. You could go take off. You could go for an hour, get something to eat, come back, your chair is there. Totally fine. No issues. So we got a lot lucky when it comes to nicer people, I guess, where I am compared to in the States where it's cutthroat. You're not moving. If you take one step away from your seat, someone's going to try to snatch it. It's what it's almost looking like. So it's pretty insane depending where you live and how people are. Yeah, crazy. Depends on the city you live. Yeah, that's for sure. But I'm saying this way is in Edmonton as well as Red Deer. Both places were exactly the same. Now, I have not tried the one in Calgary yet, but I'm assuming it's probably a little more cutthroat because it is full of scalpers and that's all they care about. Ontario had a lot of jumpers. Yeah, see, that's horrible. Why can't people just, hey, you know what? I got there late. I got there whatever. Why try to jump in line? Like, it's dumb. More people just need to have common courtesy, although a lot of the common stuff isn't too common anymore like it used to be. Raptor, yes, that is correct. If you guys would like the address to it, I will. Let me just go to the homepage here. Boom, boom. This is our mining pool for those of you that do want to check it out. I will put this in the description after as well. So that is our Raptoria mining pool. So come join out and hang out with the family and all that other good stuff that goes along with it. I have stood in line near Milwaukee or drive 100 miles and go to a safer line. I could have stood in line near Milwaukee or drive an extra 100 miles to go to a safer line. Hey, you never know. That's right. Like, who knows? Like, there are people out there that, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about them, but they're crazy. I'm on it for sure. Multiple rigs. Nice. Thomas McCoy, sweet. Thank you. Anyone that does want to come up, much appreciated. You know, just hang out, watch blocks. So we plan on adding a block indicator. That way, every time we do hit a block, hopefully we can figure it out. Well, hopefully my mod figures out, because not all that stuff is over my head when it comes to running a pool and everything. So it's all on him. But he's working out. He's gonna be adding a dark mode. He's looking in a block notifier, so that every time we do find a block, you'll get notified in the Discord that in that channel will say, hey, you know what? We just smashed the block, guys. We're getting paid soon. And, you know, stuff like that. So we are looking into a whole bunch of updates for that mining pool, but we'll see what happens. And it will take a little bit of time, but it's been a lot of fun here mining on this for the past week or so. I went into Walmart with my nephew to buy my niece a present for her birthday. There were just people running out the door. There were like 3 cops outside, and they weren't doing anything. What? Oh, that's insane. Craziness. I'll start mining on your team. The P3. Can you link me the pool on my phone? I want to save the address. I just sent the link there, Thomas, so hopefully you did get that. Remember, if you are clicking it on your computer, right click it. So you don't want any issues. But yeah, let's get to the questions. We've been here for 1 hour, so does anybody have any questions for me? I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow for our live stream, because I don't think we really have that many rig picks. You guys like to join the Discord, but no one really posts too many picks, so we might have to make a whole new scenario for our Sunday live streams. Maybe we'll just keep on doing what we do today and just talk about whatever comes up at the time. Who knows, maybe tomorrow we can do live testing on this 3950X as well. That could be a possibility. Then that'll mess into my 24-hour test that I'm trying to do, because I do have to swap that over in about 2 hours to a different RAM timing to see how it does perform. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Everything's up in the air for tomorrow. You guys let me know. What should we do tomorrow? What kind of stream would you guys like to see? Anything? Anything at all? I'm curious. Build something? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll test some. Oh, I still got to test that 3060 rig. I forgot, because MB Miner came out with I don't know how many upgrades since 2 weeks ago. So now supposedly unlocked 100% on Ergo. So I still have to try that out. I've been neglecting my GPUs lately. I've just been letting them run and do whatever they got to do. Does RAM matter in CPU mining? Intel, not so much. Ryzen CPUs, yes, they do. I do have a couple tests. Check out, actually, where is that? RAM versus Ryzen. Here, my website is not here. Let me find it. There's a RAM versus Ryzen video. Hit next. Let me just check here. See if I can find that video for you. Where is this? Go to a bigger screen here. All right, go to the bigger screen. I'm going to try to see if I can find. Here's my hash rate test there with different RAMs on Raptorium. Actually, that would probably be the best one, although my chart is a little small. Not some people didn't like that. But I do have a video. It's called RAM versus Ryzen. It's when I was testing XMR, and the same things apply to RTM and other coins as it does for that one. But that was probably my best video on it. I can't really find it. Swapping through them all. Ah, here it is. RAM versus Ryzen. So this video right here will show the difference. What I did in that video, as well as the Raptorium hash rate video, was actually I had 2 sticks of CL16 RAM and I had 2 sticks of CL14 RAM. I tested the hash rates and power consumptions with the CL16 2 stick. The CL14, I tried it with 1 stick. I tried it 2 sticks of each. So I went back and forth to test our power consumptions and our hash rates to see how much of a difference it did make. I did find ultimately on XMR, which is the RAM versus Ryzen video, and my RTM hash rate video, that CL14 RAM and CL16 RAM don't really have too much of a difference. It's not really worth the extra price to the CL14, but it is better, and it does have the best hash to watt ratio running 2 sticks of CL14. Now, I did not use like 8 gigabyte totals. I just had 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes, so 16 gigabytes total. So I don't see an issue running 2 sticks of 4 gigabytes if it is cheaper for you to get CL14. But I just ordered 8 sticks across the board between them all because that's all I found for a decent price. But again, depending where you live, it could matter. Like some people, RAM costs a lot more where you are, depending where other people are where they live. So it all just depends where you live, where it comes from. But if it is very expensive to get CL14, CL16 RAM is just fine, and the 2 sticks is always better than 1 stick. But again, you could use 1 stick and not lose too much hash rate on top of that either. So I did go through all the tests, and it's not too bad. Afternoon, fellas. Galo Sullivan, welcome. What's going on? RAM plays a big part in CPU mining for sure. Good point. But yes, it does. It is better to have the tighter RAM timings, but overall, depending on price, it might not be worth it depending where you are. I got a 5950X to test in my main rig. Nice. You send that thing out there. That thing's a wicked CPU. It would be great to see everyone's hash rate in here. Well, it's almost time to go. Maybe tomorrow we'll do like a hash rate poll or something. We've been here for an hour. I think Panda's probably going on sometime soon. I'm not too sure. Can't you tighten the timings on CL16 to CL14? You can tighten it down, yes. Now to get the exact same, I'm not sure if it'll actually come out to the same amount. Depending on the RAM too, some RAM doesn't like to really overclock as much as other ones. So it all depends on what you actually get. Now for me, I get straight G-Skill, Flare, X RAM, 4 AMDs, CL14. Those seem to be like some nice sweet spot sticks, in my personal opinion. But again, yeah, if you want to tweak out some CL60 RAM, you definitely can, as long as the RAM can support tweaking it down that much. But it is very doable and possible for sure. B-die Samsung RAM, yes, that is definitely what you want. You want the B-die Samsung. That stuff you can tweak the endless limits almost. What about the megahertz on the RAM? Well, see, that brings me to another point. I don't run any XMP profile either. So like, all my RAM is stated for 3200 megahertz, but I'm not running it at 3200 megahertz. That's when you apply either your DOCP, I think it is, depending on the motherboard manufacturer. But most of them call it XMP, and that is your overclock. So say you look at 36 megahertz RAM or 3200 megahertz RAM. Initially, when you first put it in, it's not running at that speed. You need the XMP profile to engage it and tell it to go to that speed. But I don't run it. I run it at the default slower, and I find that a lot more efficient than running the RAM at its full 3200 megahertz or something. For example, where's my Ryzen Master? Right here. Here you can see. So my Fabric and Infinity clock is 1067 each. So I'm just going to times that by 2 because that's half of what it's actually running at on each side. Because you always want to run a 1-to-1 ratio with Ryzen CPUs as well. So I'm going to go 1067. Just times that by 2. So my RAM is running at 2134 right now. So my RAM is running at 2134 megahertz. This is CL16 RAM. And this is more efficient than running XMP profile. Now, if I turn XMP profile on, I'll be running at 3200 megahertz. And these would both be reading 1200. So you see what I'm kind of getting there. These would be 1200 at a 1-to-1 ratio. Your fabric clock and your fabric clock and your memory clock, 1200, 3200 megahertz. But again, I'm not running XMP profile. I'm running the default profile. So these are only running like 21, whatever number I just said, as my actual megahertz. And I find that's more efficient for very minimal decrease in hash rate when it comes to the RAM. Yeah. Christopher Plazo, no problem. You gotta go, and it's a little after an hour, so we should be wrapping this up as well, guys. So if there are any last minute questions, I gotta go get back in here. You know, we gotta turn our miners back on, start mining some more of that RTM, see if any new people are in Discord for joining the Raptorium pool, and check out our hash rates and go through all the other good stuff that does go along to it. Antis, hi, welcome. What's going on? So any last minute question? I'll give it about 10 seconds because I'm not too sure of the delay here. Thank you for the stream. Have a good day. Benjamin Common. Yes, and thank you for the donation again, Benjamin. Much appreciated. All right, guys. Well, if that's not it, I will see you guys all again tomorrow, and we will talk. Whoa, what's this? What's this? Congrats on the 3060 Ti's in the States. It was getting crazy in the lines. Yeah, I bet. Carlos Panera, thank you very much. All right, guys. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the next time. Congrats, back to 10K subs soon. Yes, we are almost at 10K. I almost forgot. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I got to talk to Vistang with GPU Risers and maybe some other people and see what kind of giveaway we could potentially get going for you guys. Because, yeah, we got to do something at 10K. I just don't know what yet. So we will find out when that comes in. But thank you, everyone, for showing up. It takes me an hour to say goodbye because, you know, we just keep talking and going on. But I will hopefully see all you guys here again tomorrow. Please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up button. If you're mining on your CPU, come join our Raptorium mining pool. Can't wait to see you. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Rabid out.